And as I walk through the valley of death, my voice echoes out through the night. Lord, Lord, whatever your reason, don't be the reason right.
Another random video. I don't know. Maybe I'll tell a story this time. What got me in? Somebody asked me what got me into making stuff, and I don't know. I remember growing up, and my dad was always working, and he had a motorcycle shop, and we were always around him doing carpentry. He was teaching welding at the high school. I actually went to high school, and my father and mother were both working at the same school. And one year, it was my father, my mother, my brother, and me were all in the same school that one year. I had my father as a teacher, my mother as a teacher. But my father taught welding, auto mechanics, he taught French, English, he taught every subject in high school. And he used to teach small engine repair, small home repairs in the next town over. And he was always doing stuff with his hands, and I think for him, he didn't want us to like destroy our bodies to make money. Like, because I mean, when you go out and work, you work on cars, and I mean, it's like pick your poison. I mean, if you work in an office, you'll probably die old and fat and unexercised. You go do high steel work, you'll be muscular and strong until you might end up with arthritis or something, or fall off the job, or get hurt. No matter what you do, you're gonna wear out some part of your body. And so I don't think he wanted us to have the life he had. He was always working and struggling and busting his ass, and he worked his ass off. And I appreciate that for him. You don't realize it when you're a kid, but you realize it later on in life that, hey, I'm almost 50 years old, and people, it's just a constant battle trying to, even in today's world, it sucks. But he always said go to school, get a good education. So I went to university, and I ended up by graduate university, and I still bought a welder. His first question was, what are you doing buying a welder? What for? I'm like, because I want to learn to weld. It's something he did, and it was like I always wanted. I remember when he used to have a motorcycle shop. I always wanted to build a go-kart, and I used to always tell him that. And mind you, we were around enough snowmobiles and motorcycles and gadgets and gas engines that I probably could have built one had I given the knowledge. And I remember his mechanic Jimmy and Doug used to work there, and I was like I guess I was a cute kid back then. I don't know what happened to the cuteness, but. And I remember hanging around the motorcycle shop, digging. They used to have a ramp going up, and there was a junk pile under the ramp with old engine parts. They just, no good, just throw it in the pile. And when they got enough scrap, or the price of steel, I guess was the right price, they just go cash it all in. And it was old engine parts, and I always had like this childhood dream of, yeah, we'll take the old engine and we'll fix it. Didn't know what the hell I was doing, but it was cool. And then I remember the canteen truck would come by, and the mechanics, literally their hands were black, and they'd eat an egg salad sandwich, and their fingerprints were on the bread. That's how much grease on their hands. And just like stuff growing up, everything was hands-on. Everybody, and I look back now, and I know my parents didn't have, they weren't rich. Nobody was well off. Everybody was, I think everybody was close to being really poor. I never had a problem. I used to love my grandfather used to take us to Salvation Army. My grandmother always had boots in the basement, and there was like 90 pairs of boots. And my grandfather would be like, "Oh, you kids want to ski? You go to Salvation Army. You have buy all the skis and all the ski boots." And there was always a collection of ski boots and skis. And if you were outside playing, there was probably 10 pairs of boots. They're all hand-me-downs, and the big woolen inserts. And your boots would get wet. My grandmother would throw them in the dryer. You'd wait there with your wet pants or hang out with your grandmother's in your underwear and just wait. And nowadays, everybody's like, "Oh, I don't want to use stuff." We grew up on used stuff. You just, I remember having a Skidoo suit. It was my favorite Skidoo suit. It was it was thin. It wasn't very thick, but it was thin because I overheat. I'm like, I don't know. I just radiate heat, and I can take the cold. And I used to just love it. It was thin. You could move around. It wasn't those big bulky 1 inch. You didn't look like a marshmallow man, and it was cool. And I wore it right to the point where I couldn't even fit it anymore. And even to this day, I'd love to have one like that. But I even have a pair of snow pants that's not poofy. They're Gore-Tex, and they're thin just for that reason. And I think that's what I think growing up has a lot to do with what you do in life. I mean, I tell my wife all the time I should have went to welding school 20 years ago. I mean, because I might not have enjoyed doing welding outside. I might not even be ever have been any good at it. Probably not any good at it now, but I enjoy it. It gives me some satisfaction of doing stuff, and it keeps me busy. And like I like fixing things. And like an example, I'll show you one thing I'm fixing. My 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 daughter, my wife paid for this stupid little thing here, and the back wheels broke. So what is crazy me gonna do? I'm gonna take a but get a new rod, and I'm gonna find a way to make a new wheel for it. Whether I make pink ones, or I think I have a, what do you call it, a piece of large enough piece of plastic I put on the milling machine. I have the rod, put a new rod on it, and just put a, what do you call it, thing on it. Or I'm gonna see another one on the side of the road, because these things are made cheap. But I mean, they make them cheaper, and it's just, hey, I fixed it, gave it another life. Do I have to do that? No. Should I always do it? No. Sometimes I just say to hell with it and don't fix stuff. Sometimes I take a chance and I just, I take it apart. Like I took apart what the hell was it? A luggage case, because I just wanted to see what was in it. And it just so happens got these fancy like little luggage wheels. I don't know what I'll do with them. I'll keep them for a little while. See maybe I'll lop this off, and I think I hear a mouse. I'll lop it off, and I'll just, if I don't keep it, I'll just freaking throw it in the recycling. But they're perfectly good wheels. Maybe I can put them on a little storage bin or something. I only got 3 of them because one of them busted. That's why it was thrown out. But I just like doing stuff, and every now and then all of a sudden the stupid pandemic shows up, and it's like COVID, and I need something to do. And of course, as I'm filming this video, I'm knocking shit on the floor. So I needed something to do, and I started recording videos. And I spend a lot of my spare time in this room. It goes, I don't know, 20 feet that way. Is it 20? Wait, yeah, 10. Yeah, I don't know, anyway. It goes about 15 or 18 feet that way. It goes about 10 feet behind me and 10 feet that way. But it gives me something to do. And the good thing about having viewers like you guys, or if I have any more viewers or people watching them, I get to share what I'm doing in my garage, and I don't care if I get 10 million hits. It shares what I do, and it's kind of like my own little historical record of what I've done in my garage. And it keeps me out of trouble, and I got cool stuff like metal wheels. So anyway, that's just another boring rant. And let me know how you like the video. Click comment, like, subscribe, click the bell. I don't have any little fancy pop-ups. I don't know how to do that. I might learn. Might get another piece of software. Enjoy. Thank you.